Welcome everyone to another episode of WordPress and Coffee. This is a live stream that happens Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I've started this channel about a couple weeks ago, so I'm just still getting kind of new with everything, getting things going. But basically what this is about is I like to talk about WordPress, building websites. I have been a web developer for 20 years now, and decided to start my own channel on YouTube in dealing with web development and stuff like that. And I kind of decided that I wanted to kind of focus on WordPress, since it is an awesome platform. I really enjoy it. I'm still kind of new to WordPress. I've only been using it, well, here lately I've been using it a lot, but in the past I've used it, built a couple of sites here and there for clients. Nothing too major. Most of my development stuff in the past was using Drupal. But I have since now switched over to WordPress, and that's why I started this channel, and so that's what I'm going to focus on. So today's, what I'm going to talk about today is, let me go over here, I have installed a new theme that I was playing around with, and this is, this is the Themify Ultra theme. And pretty much what this is this is it has a builder built into it. It's really nice. I was playing around with it, and I'm really impressed with this package they have going here. They say it focuses on people who don't know how to code and stuff like that. Even if you do know how to code, there's nothing wrong with using something like this. I don't see anything wrong with using something like this. I mean, I can code, I can do HTML, I can do CSS, I can do MySQL, all kinds of stuff. But I mean, this just makes things a lot easier to quickly build websites. And there's a lot of things that I'm impressed with this. I'll just kind of go through it. It has this, like if we go here to the dashboard, and I can kind of start going through it and showing you what we got going on here. And then the Themify Ultra. So it's like you have the theme, and then you have to install a plugin, which is the builder, to really get into it and start actually using the builder and stuff. But this is the basic settings. You have your general settings. You can set favorite icon, custom feed URL, header code, footer code, search settings. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can set up an error 404 page. That's for like if a page is missing or not found, it will automatically go to a certain page that will redirect to that page. So that way you can help save some of your traffic, so people don't just click off your website. They can be redirected to the correct page or whatever using that. Feed settings, if you want to set up RSS feeds, you can do that. This also includes Google fonts, so it will import Google fonts for you. So if you want to use any certain fonts or stuff that are in Google, it will bring them in, and you can use them fonts on your website, which is really great. And then let's go here, and you have your default layouts. So this is basically set up all the defaults for layouts that you want. This is just the go-to default. Apparently on each individual page, if you want a different layout, you can create different layouts for special page or anything like that you can do. Like I said, this is a pretty impressive theme builder here that we got going on here. Anyway, you have all of these options. I'm not going to really go into all these options. I'm probably going to be talking about this a little bit more throughout the week here. because it's something that really piqued my interest, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. This allows people to quickly and easily start building websites, and I think that's a good thing. It does a lot of the the coding and stuff is done for you in a lot of ways, so it gives you a way to just get started and get things going. And then if you want to continue with web development, you can always learn what it's doing and start learning code as you go. But this is a just quick jump into it and start creating a website really fast. I really like this. This is a good thing for beginners and stuff to use, as well as advanced users. If you're an advanced user, that's fine, man. You can do this. One thing like I was thinking that I could use this website for, or this plugin for, is I may do a lot of specialize in certain types of sites. Like if you want to build certain types of sites for like restaurants, and that's where you really want to focus on, you can create default layouts and designs, and then you can import the photos and stuff to go with a certain restaurant and all the information for the certain restaurants. But it's a quick way to just pump out these websites and really make some money doing this. I think like I said, I've been doing web development for 20 years, and it is growing so fast, and there are so many new things you can do that you couldn't do. And it's almost impossible to keep up with everything. I mean, you can't keep up with everything. So what I recommend to new developers is, or designers, is to try to focus on something. If something you really enjoy doing, certain types of sites or this or that, just kind of focus on that and build that kind of site and build up a clientele, and just focus on that kind of business or whatever. Like if it's restaurants, or if it's car lots or anything like that, shopping. If you just want to if you want to focus on making shopping carts and getting people online to sell their goods, man, just try to focus on certain things. And then later on, if you kind of get tired of that and you want to do something a little bit different, you can always change to a different type of business and focus on that. I've done numerous types of businesses. I have been focused on, in the past, I've been focused on fishing charters, fishing charter boats, stuff like that. These fishermen, they'll take people out and take them fishing on their boat and stuff like that. I've done a number of sites with fishing charters. I've done sites for restaurants. For a little while, we did a few websites for restaurants. I really haven't done too many shopping sites, actually. Well, no, I take that back. The very first site that I ever built was it was all hand coded, and this was back in 1990, probably 1999, 98. I created a site for selling tickets to like events and stuff. It's probably the most complicated site I've actually ever built, and it was all hand coded. And what it was for like an event, a box office kind of, where these box office, they sell tickets for different events at different coliseums and all these different places, theaters and stuff like that. And kind of like how it ended up working was, I would create these maps and stuff for the different theaters and stuff, and they could actually go in and set the seating and stuff, so you could actually buy tickets per seat. So you could say, I want this front row section, and it would show the seats that were available, the ones that were on hold, the ones that were purchased. So you could actually select the seats. I want this seat and this seat, and you could purchase that ticket. I mean, that's the detail it got down to. They did have, and it was also where they could sell general admission tickets where there wasn't really any assigned seating. It was kind of like you get in a certain area with this ticket. I had it set up for that. Anyway, it was the first website I'd ever built, and it's probably to this day the most complicated website I ever built, and it's still up and running. They still use it to this day. I haven't done anything on that website in years, but they still use it. It's just for a small box office. I mean, it's a small company, and they only do, you know, so many events here and there. But it was pretty much the first like Ticketmaster or anything like that before any of that even existed. It was probably the first one of them. Now, you know, as far as today's standards, it's like I said, it's written in PA. I think it was written in PHP 3.1 or 3 or something like that. It was before 4. So yeah, it was written in PHP 3, I believe. That's what I wrote it in. But anyway, and it used MySQL and all this. But this is way before anything like this happened. I mean, WordPress didn't even exist at that time. So, and what I'm getting at is, whenever you see something like this, I mean, this theme kind of reminds me of what Dreamweaver was trying to do, or is trying to do. I'm not sure. I haven't messed with Dreamweaver in so long, but where they're trying to make it where it's all visual. You know, you put the stuff in, and you know. Personally, I never did. I mean, I used Dreamweaver, but when I used Dreamweaver, I hand coded in Dreamweaver. So it's like I used Dreamweaver, but I didn't really use the visual stuff. I just used the hand code. You know, I think it was one of these things where I got the program, and you know, it's an expensive program, or can be. The packages, the Adobe packages, anybody has them can tell you that they can be expensive. So it's almost like I kind of got it, and I spent the money on it, and then it was kind of like I just continued using it because, you know, I spent all this money on it, I might as well use it. So, but even though I didn't really use it for the visual part, I found it was quicker and easier for me just to do the code and change things by code, because that's what I'd actually started learning on from the start, was just basically hand coding everything. Anyway, so since then, and you know, I've never been a person that, you know, said that hand coding is better than this type of thing or that type of thing. You know, some people are like, you know, oh, you use Dreamweaver, or you don't know how to code. That's not necessarily true. And even if you don't, the result in the end is what counts. So if you don't know how to code, but you know how to do this to make it work and do everything that you get what you want to get out of this, even though you're using something like that, is, I mean, you might as well, you're still a developer. In my mind, you're still a developer because you're still coming up with this stuff. You're still creating it. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with using something like this, in other words. Anyway, so as you can go, we can go through here. You can see all the different settings and stuff like that. And actually, like whenever you get to a page, like if we go to visit our site here, and we're logged in, you can see this is it. This is the default. You scroll down, it does all these cool things. You can edit all of this stuff. I mean, it's really cool what all you can do. And all you really do is if you click this turn on the builder, what will happen is it will load up a bar at the bottom here, and this is where you can drag and drop, and you can start editing all your stuff. It may take a second here to load. There we go. Okay, so here, you know, everything is just drag and drop. You can just drag stuff around, do whatever you want with it, you know. Put things underneath things, things above things. You can double click, and you can actually edit the stuff right then and there. You know, here's all the text. You can put whatever you want. You can set your styling up for this little area right here. You can set up a background image. Fonts, you can set fonts and all kinds of stuff. I mean, like if I wanted to change to different fonts, you can change to whatever font you wanted to use. Let's see here. Like if you wanted to change to George, this font here, and as you can see, it's all live. I mean, this all happens live. It's real time. So that's that font there, and then I can change it to that. Just whatever. I mean, there are Google fonts. Here are the Google fonts. Tons of Google fonts. and it automatically loads that font in for you and sets it up and everything like that. You can set animation, so if you want this to bounce in, you can have where it bounces in like that. Flash. I mean, there's all kinds of all kinds of effects here, animations and stuff. Bounce in, it'll bounce in. And then you can set for repeat, delay, scroll speeds on this parallax scrolling. You can set that. Anyway, I'm not going to get into too much detail. I do plan on building some websites using this this theme and builder, so that way I can create videos, full video builds of websites. That's what I'm going to do too. But this is WordPress and Coffee. This is the daily show, or 5 days a week, Monday through Friday show. So I'm not going to really, it's more like I kind of get on here, I'll talk about different things, I'll take questions, and so forth and so on. If anybody has any questions, I can, answer questions, and that's pretty much what this show is all about. So anyway, this theme builder is really cool. I really like it. It has all these, they call these modules. These are like little modules that you can put, like a button. You can put a button in. You just kind of drag it and drop it. You just, where do you want it? You put a button right there. Well, you put it in there, and then, okay, what do you want the button to say? You can say hello, exclamation point, and you can color it. You can set the color, you can do all kinds of stuff. If you want a link, you can put the link in there. Let's just go to google.com on the link. You can do just all kinds of stuff, and it throws it in there. There it is. And then you can double click on it and edit it at any time. If you want to change the styling, you want to add some padding around it, well, you can, let's just put 30 pixels around it. Boom, there's 30 pixels. It just, that's the padding. If you want to put a little bit of margin on it, you can put 30 margin on it. Boom, it comes out feather. You can add a border. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. Like, let's add a border here. You can drag and drop. And then you want the number of pixels. You want 3 pixels? 3 pixels. There's the border. And this is for, actually this isn't for the actual button, it's for the area. You can do background. I'm sure you can change the background here. Where's the background? Here we go. Background color. Let's put a, say we want to change that to like black. You can do that. Gray, red, just whatever you want to do. You can change it over here to blue. You can, it's just really functional what you can do. And then you can set the opacity right here, this slider. I can set the opacity. So if there's an image behind it or something, it would show up. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can, and plus you can save it. So like if you have a certain layout like this right here, you can export this. You click the little export and then copy, and then here's the code it puts out for everything. And you can export it and then you can import it. So if you want to copy it, you can copy it. There is okay, so you can export it, you can import it. So you can import something. You just click on it and it should just, yeah, there you go. And you just copy and you paste in your code there, and it will put that in where you want it. You can copy, you can paste, you can edit, you can set the styling, duplicate. If you want to duplicate this, you can duplicate it. Like say you want multiple styles, and you can have one set to only if a mobile phone is looking at it, will show this. If a tablet's looking at it, you show this one. So you could have, basically, you could have, say, 3 versions of a little area. Like for instance, this area here, you could have it set where, okay, if this is a tablet or a computer, I want to show this. If it's a mobile phone, I don't want to show it at all, you can do that. I mean, there's just all kinds of things you can do with this. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, here's the visibility, and you can set, okay, this area here I want to hide on a desktop, and it will hide. I don't want to show it on anything. It won't show on anything. Of course, you want to show it on something. So say you had this one, you just want to show it on the desktop, and desktop computer, certain screen size, it shows up. You can set all that stuff as far as the screen size and stuff. I believe if you go into the let's turn this builder off. You go back into the dashboard. Let's get my dashboard here. Oh, it logged me out. What happened? What happened? Let me log in real quick. Okay, let me go back to the cam. Okay, I'm back logged in now. I don't know why it logged me out. Anyway, so what I was going to look at was I was going to go to the settings, and I was going to show you where you can set the different sizes. So if you want to change, let's see, where was that? Default layouts. This is the default layouts. And then I believe somewhere, skins transfer update, folio, theme settings. There we go. Here's under theme settings. This is where you can set the tablet landscape, the sizes and stuff, so it will change. So you can always swap things around if you need to, play with things, do whatever. Like I said, this is really a cool theme and builder. I'm really impressed with it. And I plan on building some sites with it. And I'll also be talking more about this. I mean, take out, you know, different types of things and talk about different types of things. Like one thing that I can talk about here real quick is, for instance, one thing that was kind of cool is we turn on the builder here, and then we can go to layouts and we can load a layout. And what this does is you can choose different layouts, or you can create layouts and save them and add them. So this was the whole thing of like if you had certain layouts that you always used for like restaurants or something like that, that you was generally close. You could save that layout, and then the next restaurant website you did, you could just import that, and then you can make the changes for that particular restaurant, and you know, do all kinds of stuff. And you can browse through the designs and stuff like that. I mean, you could do really cool stuff here. Like for instance, you could select this one, and then you can replace the existing layout. And what this will do is it changes the completely changes it, and then you can go and edit whatever you want to edit and change things and stuff. This is just basically like a quick, you know, quick build thing. So it kind of sets up things, and then you just go in and edit, change things, you know, do whatever and everything like that. Anyway, kind of rambling now, so I believe that's all I'm going to talk about today. Like I said, I'm going to play around with this some more and see if we can't build some sites and stuff with this, using this. I'll also play with other themes and stuff like that too. So, you know, this vlog is pretty much about WordPress and just, you know, different things. So, you know, I may talk about plugins, certain plugins, themes, just doing different things, and just website and and design and development in general. I'm going to just talk about stuff like that. So I believe that's all I'm going to talk about today. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, just let me know. Leave a comment and I will get back with you and all that stuff. So until tomorrow, I will see you later. Bye.